Boom. Ethereal Synchronicity 444. What's going on, people? It's been a minute. Not done a live since I don't know when. Testing. Let me know if you can hear me. Mic, check. I swear this thing's working. That don't sound like it's working, but I'm sure it is. Oh, sorry. The levels on the thing don't look like they're fluctuating the way they would do. But you know. Yeah. In the game. Okay, what we're saying, it's quite monumentous times. Ethereal Synchronicity 444, back in the building, showing much love to the people who have followed, subscribed, been watching, everything like that. So Synchronicity Settings, what we're talking about all the things, anything pretty random that isn't random, coincidence or not, as I should say. So, not sure where you are in the world, what station, what nation, what place you're based in, but you know, it's just part of the situation. Jump in the chat or anything like that. Thumbs up on the video, stuff like that. You know, subscribe to the channel, stuff like that. Anyway, let me raise the energy. Sometimes these things take ages to set up and get going, and next time the thing just works. So I'm guessing like there's not a million people on live right now, but I've got another computer in my hand just so I can look at stuff and still see this screen. Oh Lord. My library. Anyway, yeah, so let me chat while I get things up on the screen, or one screen, another device. How you do? What headphones is that? Something connected on the Bluetooth. So my theory and my belief and my recognition is that anything that you come into contact with, come across, comes into your consciousness in terms of people, information, subjects, places, times, anything in life, you're going to find that the stars will be aligned in correlation with you and said of a subject, and there'll be some kind of connection. So depending on what your background or what your knowledge is with astrology already, we look at the sun and the moon in relation to each other and the cycles. That's quite an important, significant relationship. And then we also look at other planets. You can go as far as to look into asteroids and lots of other significant things. But the point is, all of these planets have different meanings, and when you're able to kind of work with what the meanings are and relate them together, then you are coincidence or not. Everything's a rhyme in situations. So I found something on Astraldienst, aka astral.com, and it's basically just the Astral data bank. It's been there, it's always been there, but it's a random. It says random page, basically generates random astral data. Now, this is what I love more than anything, because I'm talking about the word random, but there isn't any random. And the great thing about astral.com is they have tons and tons of research data that's already been input by many other researchers and astrologers that you can learn from. Just so if you didn't know, Astraldienst, aka astral.com, is the same site and has so much information. Astral Theme is another site that's got quite a lot of information as well. But for this particular exercise, we're using astral.com. If there's anybody else or anything that I choose to speak to, I'll try and reference you, give your due credit where it's due. Just clean that up. But what I've noticed is that because I am the subject, the querent in this particular case, because I'm the one doing the researching, anything that I find will generally be randomly connected to my chart. Now, I've not really gone public with my full chart details or anything like that, because, you know, that's how I am. A little bit of mystique always, you know. So yeah, but what I will say when I am doing it is I'll like kind of talk to the placements that may be significant in my own chart. So I'll say sun, moon, south node, you know, ascendant, all these kind of things. See where I can start. Oh, by the way, if you were on the other side of the Atlantic, it's still the 23rd. Django Reinhardt's birthday was today. And it's funny because there was an astrologer called Mary Haas, HAAS, and her birthday was also exactly the same day and exactly the same year, which is January the 23rd, 1910. Had quite a lot of significance in connection to my chart. So let me click onto Django. Go this way. Back to Astro Data Bank. So yeah, what you do to get to where I'm looking and this information is you basically go on astro.com. You probably have to make an account possibly to get into the Astro Data Bank. It's very easy to do. Just use an email address, give yourself a password, just like everything else. And then from there, you've got access to loads of free information from different parts of the site. So boom. Someone I've never heard of. Henry Mulder. Let me go back, just check what the situation was in. American child of noted parents, the son of, oh right, okay, son of actress Julia Roberts and Daniel Mulder. Right, Julia Roberts, I've heard of her, so that could be someone that's significant. Scorpio born 20th of October 1967, according to the records. That's Julia Roberts. Henry Mulder. Okay, Chiron, transit Chiron, is on Henry's ascendant. Henry's only young, so not sure why he's in here. Not sure why it's come up, but it's on the ascendant. Let's have a look here. Moon, Sun. Mercury looks close to some of my stuff. Let's look at your chart, really. Uranus on the North Node. Okay. That's Julia Roberts' son. I'm doing an astrology video. Uranus connected. North Node speaking to the public. Place of growth and development. So who knows? Henry Mulder might get into astrology one day. Might have been the first person to see it. Don't know how, don't know why. Never even heard of Henry Mulder. Let's keep it moving. Ernst Fine. Let's see. Norwegian chemist and oceanographer who in 1964 became Norway's first professor of chemical oceanography at the University of Oslo. His research centered around the radioactivity of ocean waters and the pollutions in the seas. He also developed a method of cleaning sewage by electrolysis. Freund died on the 2nd of November 1984 in Oslo, Norway. He was 80. Interesting. So yeah, like around time I was born, this guy died. So yeah, Prodigy, the MC, November the 2nd, first person to think of. It's actually close to the Big Cheese that is Chris Brennan, actually. November the 1st, I think, same year. But yeah, this is quite a significant chart. Let's have a look. Oh, sorry, significant man. Cleaning water by electrolysis. Let's see what you've got in your chart that kind of speaks to that kind of talent. Or why you've come up on my show today. There we go. So, right, Mr. Ernst Freund, born 28th of March, 1904. You can go on Databank and find it. Ernst is ERNST, Foyn FOYN. But the O's actually got a slash through it because he is Norwegian? think it's Norwegian. It said Norway, Oslo, didn't it? I think. So yeah, let's have a look. That ascendant situation. Let's have a look. Where's this Neptune? Yeah, that's close to some of my stuff. It's got a lot going on in Aries. Sun Aries, Mercury Aries, Jupiter Aries, all conjunct. Sun Jupiter at the 6th degree, Mercury at the 8th degree. Oh, right, okay. And there are at the focal point of a T-square with his Uranus and Neptune opposition. It's quite speaking to, what was he, an astronomer, oceanographer, chemist, okay. Right, chemical oceanography. Right, what you see that makes chemicals and oceans come together. So ocean, Neptune, chemicals, Uranus. Chemicals could be even Neptune, to be honest with you. But the fact that he electrolysis, he clean, yeah, that's genius. That. So Mercury and Jupiter together, so great mind of expansion, and they were at the focal point of a Uranus and Neptune opposition. And these are two of the more significant planets to do with the consciousness of the globe and how we connect as people. So like the internet, I guess, really, or even through meditation. That'd be a great way to talk about the representation of Neptune and Uranus, as many people may know. Right. Go past Mr. Earthfine, because who's this? Amelie Bourne. She's from London. Oh, who? English child of noted parents, Rachel. Oh, Rachel Stevens' daughter. What is going on? Like, I don't know, right? I generally don't like the last thing I normally get when I look up astro data is people's children, but maybe that's the message. I'm supposed to be doing work for children. Now, the only thing I'm thinking there is the ethical considerations in regards to the knowledge that you impart and how you're able to kind of basically help and improve without meddling or altering and letting free will and life take its course. But congratulations, Rachel Stevens, anyway, of XS Club fame. Complete on and off node. Okay, this kid's going to be powerful, possibly change the world in some way. Definitely stand out, anyway. Doing to the chart there. Okay, Mercury on the Uranus. So the Mercury in this child's chart is on the same place as the ascendant, that's it, on Ernst Freund's chart and my Uranus. And Uranus is my astrology planet, so but the planet connected to astrology, and I'm the one that's talking about astrology. So maybe that the thing that's synchronizing with what's happening right now. I'm talking astrology, so things connected to my planet of astrology are being triggered in this random search. i.e. synchronicity possibly works in a Uranian fashion, the way things are downloaded to me. Just having a little bit of a more look at this chart, see if there's anything I can ascertain. Also, Neptune is coming up around a lot of planets. Wow. So yeah, in the 6th house. What's this called? Amelie Bourne. Okay. Scorpio with Pisces moon in the 6th and Neptune coming up around all of this stuff because it's only like a degree away. So the moon's about to be hit along with Jupiter and Uranus. Maybe that's why I'm talking about, because it's the Uranus-Neptune effect of me speaking of the astrology, the Uranus, Neptune on television, on screen, on a camera, filming, projecting to you people. Jupiter there, expansion, teaching, that's it. So it's a teaching point. That's one way I could put these 3 planets in translation with what's going on. So Uranus and Neptune, again, quite heavy in relation to synchronicity, I guess, and being able to understand and download and translate the messages. Have those two planets in the same sign in one house. So maybe that's why they're strong for me. Oh, and then if I look at this more clearly, let's see. Yeah, that South Node even, and that Pluto kind of touches some, well, kind of touches some stuff what's going on with myself. About the Saturn close by. Maybe some karmic connection there, don't know why. Okay, in fact, yeah, why does this keep coming up? I know I've got an asteroid on this point in Gemini. Kind of connects to my dad, actually. The name and that. So, like, I was just talking to my bro before, one of my bros, and yeah, maybe it's something to do with him. God knows. All right, bro, that's your shout out anyway. And it's fine in a bit, mate. Right. I could do with someone either. Who's this? Sean McEwen? I'm not even sure how you'd say that. It looks like McEachern. Might be McEachern. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, Sean. I really apologize. American hockey player. He must be just about, yeah. Birthday next month. American hockey player. He played left wing for Pittsburgh Penguins, Los Angeles Kings, Boston. Yeah, for a lot of people. Okay, he got around. Pisces dude. But yeah, 28th of February, 1969. So let's have a butchers at his chart, see what Sean's got popping. Why are you coming up on Ethereal Synchronicity 444? I don't understand any of this right now. I think this is because I had a thought in my mind of what would happen if I don't recognize any of these things or what the connection is. So what I need to do is switch my mind on the other way and say basically like, yeah, I can see what this is all about. It is going to happen. And that's how it works basically. Kind of what you draw into your mind and your reality and what you believe, depending on, you know, who you are and where you're placed, you can make that a reality for you. But what I'm seeing here, I think off a glimpse, let's see, we've got Venus. What's going on? That's 21 Aries. Right. So this guy's moon's kind of around solar return ascendant. And that solar return ascendant has been mad active for me. Mad active. Been in Cancer this year at the back end. Mad active. Active. Like people's Neptunes, Uranus's, Jupiter's, all kinds of planets, right? When they keep meeting people, basically, the trigger that I seem to notice at the moment for the people who have a bit more of a technical grasp of astrology, my solar return ascendant seems very active this year, and I've been noticing so many people that I've met basically in attunement with that. So yeah, basically just means they've got planets that aspect it. Aspects are basic conversations. Squares, 90-degree aspects, kind of a hard conversation. A trine 120-degree aspect is kind of more like an easy conversation. That's one way to put it. So many analogies. Getting into my flow, getting into my flow. Okay. Sean McEachern. He's a hockey guy, innit? Right, just having a look. Not seeing a great deal for him that makes sense for me, apart from the fact that he's got his Mercury in Aquarius and he's a big pilot in Aquarius of planets. So on we go from Sean then. Adios. Wishing you well, geezer. I only wonder what'll happen. Random select. / no random. Lawrence, Marcus, Lawrence, Marcus. Okay, this is an old guy. Guess he dead there now. Yeah. Rest in peace, this dude. Because his name looks like it should be Marcus Lawrence to me, but it's Lawrence Marcus. American retail business executive, the fourth and youngest child in a prominent Jewish family that includes his Neiman, his father, Neiman Marcus, department store. All right. Herbert Marcus and co-founder. All right. Anyhow, let me just check. Is it Neiman Marcus? Is that what do you call it? Fashion designer. I mean, I think this is what it's saying. It's like a fashion outlet, but let me just. Wow, wow. I can hear. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. It is. Marcus. Okay. To me, I always remind you of Nipsey Hussle more than anybody. Okay. I need to. He was the. This is mad. So basically, I'm getting famous people's kids tonight. So maybe like, who knows? Like, famous people or their kids might be coming to me. They're coming to me with me wanting to read their chart. But like I'm saying this, yeah. Neiman Marcus is like, oh sorry, Lawrence Marcus is 96 and way dead. Wagwan. Okay, he's got Uranus. Okay. North Node, ascendant. Oh, sorry, my North Node, his ascendant. What's this? My moon is his moon. Yeah, his moon on my I see. And strangely enough, I think planets coming past there right now. And if I can see on the opposite side, actually, let's see what you got going on, Lawrence Marcus. Okay, his sun's probably smack bang on like my sun mid-heaven midpoint. Mercury on my sun. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on with me and Mr. Lawrence Marcus here. And he's the fourth sun. Okay. I'm going to probably end up looking into this guy a little bit more because this one seems to be quite significant in terms of my chart. Lawrence Marcus. Where's that Uranus exactly? 23 degrees Aquarius. Okay, 111 on the clock. 111. We're just passing the 111 stage. Right. Lawrence Marcus. But his son was there not too far from Sirius. Who's this? Finnish champion javelin thrower Tapio Korjus from Finland. What's going on, Tapio? What you got to do with me? All beans. Missed the thing by a fraction. There we go. Got it. Bam. Oh, Tapio. Right, it's a transit thing. We just had Saturn and Jupiter major conjunction, and old Tapio Korjus here has the same alignment in his chart of Jupiter and Saturn, but this goes back to 1961. And he's got Pluto on North Node again. Yo, I've got some world change. Yeah, Pluto North Node smack bang. I've got some world changing powerful people coming through on this live. Moon on the Great Attractor, 14 degrees Aquarius. Okay. Oh, right. So it's Jupiter and Saturn are where Pluto are now. Okay. Hope you're all right, Gorgeous. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but an interesting observation I've been able to make. Neptune. Yeah, get that. Oh, Mars. Right, that makes sense. It's about 92. Sorry, 63, 60, 61. Yeah, it's around that generation. I could tell the slower outer moving planets take 10, 15 years in each sign. So you kind of know which generation someone was born in, roughly speaking, or you'll know where the planets are because they're born in that generation. Okay, gorgeous. Oh, Judd Hirsch. Judd Seymour Hirsch. Dry lines and not like don't even know who they are. Maybe I should be a little bit more, what's the word? Discriminate with my random. That wouldn't be random though, would it? Right, Judd Hirsch. Face looks familiar. Oh, right, okay. American actor that would make your face familiar in some way. We'll find out how and why even more so. American actor, performer on Broadway in '64, received a Tony nomination in '79 for his role in Pulitzer Prize-winning play Tally's Folly. He moved on to work TV in '74, became a member of cast-winning prize show The Law. He then landed the lead in Del Vecchio, a show which ran from '66 to '67. He won the Emmy twice for his co-starring role in the series Taxi, which ran from '78 to '83. Okay, old school guy. Hirsch came from a background of dense poverty and parents who never seemed to connect as a couple. Sensitive as a kid, he was afraid of his construction worker father's anger. When he was 2, his dad left with another woman, was gone for 6 years. The family moved 13 times before he was 10. Having to constantly reinvent his place, he became gregarious and funny in school and a good athlete. His dad died in '89 at the age of 85, and his mom, a Jewish Russian immigrant, lived into her 90s. Okay. After graduating from high school in 1952, so yeah, this is way back. Went to, well, not way back really, but you know what I'm saying. Oh, much love to whoever watching. Thank you. Representing. It seemed like this guy basically went through a lot to get where he got to. Married his girl in '56. Graduated with a degree in physics in 1960. Set his sights on acting. Okay. The guy looked like he did a whole lot of everything. Let's see. The veteran of 2 marriages, he has 1 son, Alexander, born in '67, of whom he's proud. His boy is a musician, the son of a Venezuelan mother. One of his marriages was to fashion designer Bonnie Chalkin. Okay. Yeah, sounds like the guy had to go through a lot, man, to get there. Let's see, what year were you born? So it's the 15th of March 1935. Ooh, much love, thank you. Representing. 15th of March 1935. So he's a Pisces. A rating on his chart. So his chart's pretty accurate, basically. Or bang on accurate. I feel like I can relate to this. You're having to go through a lot to get where you got to. But you got a little something out of this life, Judd. Name Judd? Who do I think of as Judd? Judd Trump. What a name, bro. Can imagine you've had a mad few years. The name like Trump. Oh Lord, okay. Right. Right, that's so right, why I couldn't relate. This life is and then that's why we get because you never know when you're gonna go. Who knows who sings that, eh? So the man's got his son on 23rd, nearly 24th degree of Pisces. I read about that in a book that I bought, and I actually gave that book to my mum, and it's a good book. It was a bit of a weird book, and the guy who bought the book off, guys tried to deter me from buying the book. And point being, listen to your own instincts sometimes, if not all the time, because yeah, the book was yeah, she liked it anyway, basically, and it reminded me taught me some lessons about astrology. Is the point? So let's have a look. See, Mr. Judd Hirsch. Pluto trine Jupiter. Trines. Okay. Wow. So we had an interesting grand trine, Sun, Pluto, and Jupiter. Definitely make you a bit resilient, self-sufficient emotionally. Okay, went through a lot, but he was able to kind of convert it and make it into something. Come from hard times, as the chart suggests. Said he moved 13 times before the age of 10. He's got Moon square to Uranus. So the Moon's in Leo, but it's square to Uranus in Aries, almost Taurus. So it's at the end of Taurus. Sorry, end of Aries. This Moon square Uranus with both Pluto and Venus kind of square as well, not too close from it. Sorry, not too far from it. This would speak to why he moves so much. So Moon, which is actually in his fourth house, is a square to Ascendant in his first house. Moon represents where you live, where you stay, where you grew up, your family, your mother, your origins, things that make you comfortable. Uranus represents change, surprising or unsurprising, but radical change a lot of the time, actually. Sudden change, that's the word I was looking for. Explosive kind of blowout sometimes. But yeah, 13 times before the age of 10, guy was moving a lot. Uranus opposite Mars. South Node on Pluto. Okay, so the reoccurring theme seems to be at the moment Pluto on the nodes with some of these charts. I'm not sure what that's about. Our Moon Pluto on the nodes. Woo, woo, woo. Just reading. Right. Next. Back to Astral Data Bank. Lawrence Marcus, Neiman Marcus's son. Wow. Kimberly Nicole. Who are you? Let's see. American singer-songwriter who competed on the 8th season of this thing over here. Because I'm talking facing the other way and that, but like I'm well aware the mic is on the other side of the studio. Oh. It's got one of them ridiculously long cables, so it's like say the Yeti. Yeti life. There we go. Respect to the Yeti. Wagwan Betty. So, American singer-songwriter who competed in the 8th season of American reality talent show The Voice. Right. A member of Christina Aguilera's team. Christina Aguilera. She was eliminated in week 6 of the 7-week show. Okay. Let's have a quick look, see. Oh, just realized. So it said Aguilera, innit? And from what I can see, just off the top, she's born 10 days after Christina. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. What we got going on here? Where are them nodes? So Pluto is just coming across the south node. So Pluto on the nodes again, man. So transformation, death, rebirth, secrets, yeah, really like pulling through and breaking through. I mean, at this point in time, right, I've been on this all this time. I mean, it's kind of getting a little bit thingy because I got a noise like from one of these surrounding places, and it's kind of like basically giving me the headache of but we just don't even think about it. We just think about other things and try and just work through. So what I see here, what I find interesting, is it looks more like it's got a relation to my brother. the rising, the sun. Even the moon and the Venus. Let's see where that Mercury is. Yeah. Don't know why. Don't know why, broski. Don't know why. You'll have to tell me. Kimberly Nicole. She used to sing on X Factor. But yeah, our kid's a bit younger than me, so I don't know what you know about this particular lady. But on we go. Random select. The point is, anyway, actually, what I was saying then, how that makes sense for the astrology reference and reason, is that if I was to meet that lady, she would basically probably represent some kind of energy to me that I'd be familiar with, that would remind me of my little brother, or one of them. That's just the way it is, because the planets are in such similar places. Definitely going to have some kind of identification with how he comes across to me in some way, no doubt. Okay, Colin Kidd. Girl number G, mates. Some teacher. Colin Kidd is need to sort this out, Astro Dienst. Colin Kidd is a historian specializing in American and Scottish history. My G. He is currently professor, 1964, you gotta be about, of intellectual history and the history of political thought at Queen's University, Belfast, where he has worked since leaving the university in Glasgow 2010. He is a fellow of All Souls College, Oxford, and a regular contributor to the London Review of Books. Let me breathe. Where he commentates on topics such as current affairs, economics, and politics, as well as reviewing literary works. Kidd was an undergraduate at Gonville and Caius College, Cambridge, before winning the prize fellowships at All Souls, Oxford University, to complete his DPhil. Okay. Kidd says he chose to become a historian after being inspired by the 18th century literature of Lawrence Sterne. Prior to arriving in Belfast, Professor Kidd held fellowships at Glasgow, Oxford, and Harvard universities. Mouthful. All right, we're saying Kidder. Just as I said, kid. There you go. It's a Mancunian phrase for a family member, loved one, close one. Yeah. Yeah, no, the accents come through. That's what happens when you're on live. That's what we do. Ooh, blow me socks away. Okay, so, a lot of Pluto going on tonight. What's that about? This guy's got Pluto in the midheaven, like smackady bang bang dagadang. And it's all up in the parts of fortunes. Close to me, folks. Time. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, this wasn't quite me, and I wonder how this would have worked out. But yeah, that node, that's definitely touching up their chart. The north node, south node, but especially the north one, I'd say, on this chart. Ooh, got the same moon as you, mother. What's that one about? Well, yeah, I'll tell her that. I want to see her. Oh, when she sees this, now she knows. Oh yeah, we got this aspect in our family a lot. Okay, this is I say a lot. Me and Mum's got it. Astrology, moon in the Uranus. Okay. Vertex, right? Let's see where's Mercury. Right. So he's got something on my vertex. Vertex is a point of fate in the chart. His moon, that's interesting. Not too far off somebody's son that I've seen today. And actually, the funny thing was, right, I had a conversation, and it turned out that we both moved in on the same day, just on different years. Synchronicity or not. Sun opposite Neptune. So he's a history teacher, isn't he? A historian. He's got Mars and Jupiter as well, okay. Yeah. Mum probably should have been a history teacher. Ain't life funny? Ding, 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 ding. No, when it's like, it just like, all of a sudden it comes to you. It's like, yeah. Old lady should have been a history teacher. Let's see else we got on randoms. Stephanie Peyron. French windsurfer, producer, and documentary maker. Okay, Stephanie. Show me something. Let's have a look. So Stephanie Peyron, never heard of her. Oh, she's a French windsurfer though. And what did it say? Windsurfer, producer, and documentary maker. Which I like the sound of because, you know, I'm kind of making a documentary and producing something right now. Whoops. Went the wrong way. Random pasta face. Okay, quick look at Stephanie's chart. And I'm going to look at this other one, which is an interesting one to me. Because I've seen too many people with the same birthday in one family and then other families to make me wonder. Do I know someone with this birthday? No, the birthday most likely, but I mean the same year. Okay, Mars is hitting me up. Sun's hitting me up. Venus, okay, she's having a Venus return, Miss Payron. I think that's hitting me up too. Jupiter, okay, wow. So I've got about 4 planets in contact with this lady here already. And what do we say? I'm producing and documentary making. So that's the nature of the thing. Like, you know, eventually you keep digging, you get there, you find out what all these synchronicities are. I mean, sometimes it's like I wonder what I should be doing, or people wonder what they should be doing. If you dig into it, like sooner or later, eventually you'll work it out. But yeah, check that again. So she's a windsurfer. So man rides the wind and that, you know, wow. Producer and documentary maker. I'll take that in note. I.e. I'll have to look that up again. Let's see what random generates, if it's actually really random. Yeah, it is quite random because I just got somebody else's birthday before, clicked back, and now I've got a different one to the one that I clicked the first time. So I lost that second one. Mel Counts. Mel Counts played basketball player, NBA in the 64 to 76. Excellent outside shooter for a 7-footer. Okay, yeah, them guys don't shoot that much from out there. He's 7 foot tall. Just go in the middle and just do your business, don't you? All right, let's see what's going on with the Mel Counts. What a name, mate. Mel Counts. Got no birth time. So quick look. Okay, Mars definitely active for me off this guy's chart. His moon, but his moon is not accurate with the nature of there not being a birth time. His Venus, all up in my nodal business. His Mercury on my Mars. Like, yo, so the guy's got about like 3-4 planets just off the top straight away that's already got action with me and that. And I recognize this tends to happen. So it's like it took a while for this little synchronicity thing to warm up, but have no question of it being a thing. So I mean, 1 or 2 planets is something, but when you start to see 3, 4, like there's definitely like some kind of pattern established between you and said subject and other person. So who's this now? Got some guy called Charles DeCosta, but DeCosta is spelled Coster, 1827, August the 20th, and he's born in Germany, Munchen, Germany. Okay. Belgian novelist writing in French who stimulated Belgian national consciousness and prepared the ground for an original native literature. That didn't even really sound like it made sense. De Costa lived most of his life in poverty and obscurity and took 10 years to write his masterpiece. Alright, this sounds a little bit understandable. La Legend, oh lord, at the some French title. The Legend at l'Avance Horique. You'd think I was reading the whole thing in Spanish, like I swear down, like it basically must translate into something. It says the glorious adventures of Till Eulenspiegel. Okay, yeah, that's probably what it says, but in a very poetic way. Now you wonder why their language is considered poetic compared to ours. They got about 20 words just to say the glorious adventures of dude. Okay, Till, you know, that's sick because Till spelled Tyl. And Noel Till, the legend, Noel Till, one of my teachers, call man like a grandpops of the astrology thing and that. Like Noel Till, Tyl, yeah? Synthesis and counseling, big boy literature. Thing about Noel Till, yeah, his mum was like 6'11", innit? So like, what's a big book for us or little old me and that, yeah? It's probably just like a little bit of a biscuit for him. Man, there you go. Like, nah, this is like a legend of a book. The man wrote about 35 books, give or take. I was actually sitting down and watching, so let me pay a bit of homage to Chris Brennan, Basil Ferreton, and Kathy Rose, my namesake. I watched them on the astrology podcast, and it was kind of like a revisit of all of the stuff. What my screen's looking normal now. Is that my camera? Is that what it looks like? Oh, okay. It was a revisit of Noel Till, basically mainly imparted in the astrological world, and a lot of the things that he brought forth for help make more prominent. So this guy being called Till, and that not being a familiar spelling, definitely brought Noel to my mind. So yeah, Noel Till. Get on that in a moment, actually, at some point. So let's have a look here. Ooh. Okay, I noticed Mercury was at 22 degrees Aquarius today. This Charles DeCosta is 22 degrees rising Sagittarius, 22 degrees midheaven Libra. What's that Neptune and Uranus doing? I feel like the midpoint actually jumps onto my IC. Like I must be channeling something through the waves for this one. And it's Saturn all up on Sirius, up in bits. Even his Jupiter's on me and that. Yeah? Like on me. Got a Leo thing going on here. Let's say a Leo thing. It's that Mercury, Mars, Venus. Ooh. What did you do, DeCosta? Sounds like you did a lot. Did you write a play? Neptune is opposite. I can see a T-square, yeah. Neptune, Jupiter, Saturn Yeah, that's Trump's T-square, that, with Jupiter being the outlet, even Pluto on the other side, or Aries. Okay, that's quite an interesting find. So yeah, there's enough points on my own chart, quite frankly, with this one. Let's skip back to the data bank. Shirley's definitely there. Jim Schaffner. Birth name Jimmy Bernard Schaffner. Bernard? American football player. Okay. Who knows why? Although when I was growing up, I did watch a bit of American football. Okay, this makes sense. Well, let's see. Uranus close to my vertex, which is a point of fate, destiny, some kind of karmic point, the vertex. Vertex, vertex. His angles are similar to mine. Venus by something to do with Measy. Let's see. Yep, Jupiter. So Jupiter, Venus, Uranus, that Neptune. So something else that I kind of worked out in astrology, yeah. Some of these points that are in the chart that are hidden that you won't know to look at, certain angles basically that we consider minor aspects, actually kind of reveal a lot of synchronicity in how you relate to certain people. That's it. The relationships where you're unlikely friends. I think that's a way to put it. So like people that you kind of have some kind of mutual common ground with them in some way. But if you was to put it on the surface level, you generally wouldn't see what it was straight away. So yeah, I feel like there's hidden points in the astrology chart that show how people kind of mutually relate that are not in the most obvious of ways. Minor aspects can help to show that. Jim Schaffner. Okay, I'm out, Jim. Don't know you, mate. Pier Pellicci. Okay, who's this? Italian physicist, physician, and scientist. In late 2000, his work in the field of molecular biology defined a gene that contributes to the aging process. By blocking the action of this gene, which helps regulate biological response to damage from agents like free radicals, Pellicci and his team created a strain of mice that lived 30% longer than normal. Yeah. Sounds a little bit weird, like he's playing with God there, bro. Ooh, let's see what we got going on. Sick. I already see that sun doing bits and that, mate. Like, oh Lord. And then you got your moon and your ascendant there. This is gonna look funny. Pellicci, Pierre Pellicci. Yep, okay. Is it my old solar return rising coming active again? Yep. So the Venus thing there, the sun. Is Neptune and Mars. What's with that sun? Sun Jupiter. What did this person do? Pierre Pellicci. Let's get this right. Italian physician and scientist. Oh yeah, so the guy worked out how to basically like aging in mice. Don't know if he was able to do that in humans. And he has what connected to me? His Sun Jupiter stuff. Oh. Here we go. So he's got Saturn in Scorpio, conjunct the North Node in Sagittarius, so basically close by. The node's about to go over Saturn in the direction that it moves. Saturn has definitely got to have something to do with aging, crystallization, getting older, maturity, death, the end, time, limitations. In fact, how long's this life been? 55 minutes. So yeah, I'm gonna lock it off in a few minutes talking of ends. Yeah, like give myself a break. And the man basically specialized in kind of prolonging time. So Saturn in Scorpio recycling, that Scorpio recycles Saturn's time, extends, expands, holds on to. The North Node is destiny. The man's destiny was basically to try and hold back time. And he did that with mice with his experiments. He's got a grand trine with Venus, Saturn, and Mars, with the North Node being with Saturn. So yeah, that's definitely like some kind of love of his work, of what he was doing, and working hard towards it, I would imagine. So yeah, man, Pier Pellicci. Work kept you young, something like that. Ooh, yeah. Oh, his work was about keeping people young, put it that way. Random page. Vladislav. So like, yeah, I've been brave tonight because I ain't even really skipping no one. I'm just like, whoever comes, I'll deal with it, innit? That's life. So there you go, broski. 6767. Vladislav Grabski. Born Borough, Poland. 6th of July, 1874 at 4 a.m. If you want to drop the chart. But yeah. Vladislav. Anyway, what's it? Polish National Democratic politician, economist, and historian. He was the main author of the currency reform in the Second Polish Republic and served as Prime Minister of Poland in 1920. And from 1923 to 1925, he was the brother of Stanislaw Grabski and Zofia Kedroniowa. Let me get this right. Kedronio? I think I might have been close with the first time and that was awful. Sorry, my love. Butchered your name. Didn't mean to. Wasn't purposeful. Just did not know how to translate that in the English language. Probably hasn't even got an English translation. Go figure. You know, one makes an effort. The Glabsky, Mr. Glabsky. Sun, Mars on the ascendant. It's on Sirius. Okay. Serious things. Descended by Vega. Neptune on the North Node. Okay. And I may make a movie about you. Oh, by the old vertex. Okay. That's at least 2 points on my chart. Tick. Plus the Sun and Mars and the Ascendant, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, about 5 solid points. 5/6 actually solid points. So we've got angles of both sided. On the chart, was a politician, economist, and historian. All right, history of economy. Yeah, I can relate to that. All right, anyway, people, battery's about to die on this machine here. In fact, I'm gonna hit one more if I can, real quick. Is the computer not gonna have it? No, it's probably not gonna have it. It's probably gonna go out. So that means it's time to be out. So anyway, just wanted to kind of do something to keep myself alive, and show you how astrology connects to all of us. Any of us don't know how, and you find out why. I'll be back soon. Much love. Thank you and deuces.